Good evening and happy Friday night from rainy old Brisbane in Australia. Um, okay, so it's end of the working week for me for my regular job. I thought I'd do a quick update tonight. Um, as you can probably see, I've been messing around with OBS Studio, trying to make things look a little bit better. Um, the artwork. I'll give a shout out to flat icons. So all the little icons you see on the screen there, all from flat icons. You'll see links in the description. Over 17 million free icons you can use. You can pay and get higher quality. So great if you're doing a little YouTube channel like this, or if you're a developer and you've got no art skills, which is me. Yeah, it's a great little resource. So yeah, flaticon.com. Alrighty. So the first thing I will address, I don't have any views yet. Hopefully that'll change. I'm still unsure whether I'll want to let friends and family know that I'm doing this. I'm pretty shy about. I'm pretty shy about going on camera to start with. I probably should let them know. I mean, it's on YouTube. Hopefully, I get a following. Obviously, if I let my friends and family know, well, hopefully it'll spread a little bit. I'm not looking for 1 million subscribers, but yeah, it would be good to get a little feedback and hopefully acknowledgement that you know that this might be a bit interesting to some. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get into that more at another stage. Second thing I'll address straight away. Now, I generally always wear a hat, so I don't know if it's really helping. You'll probably notice there we go, a big gnarly thing on my forehead. That's I just want to say it's not a normal thing. I had something I thought was well, I'm not sure what I thought it was. I thought it was a cyst. I had it checked out, then went and saw a plastic surgeon, and end of the story, I had to have some surgery done, and they cut something off my head. It's over a month and a half now. It's going to take quite a while for it to heal completely. It's a lot better than what it was, but yeah, I just thought I'd point out it's not, it's not pretty. I don't know whether I should cover it up. Anywho, yeah. Now that I've mentioned it, it's probably going to be. You're probably going to look at it all the time. Hopefully, in the next month or two, it sort of heals up a bit better. Anyway, on to our Friday night. We won't make this a long video. Hopefully, I mean, as I've mentioned, I'm new to making YouTube videos. I'm pretty new to OBS, to be honest. I've done a bit of streaming in the past of games and whatnot. Nothing with too much graphics on the screen like I've sort of got at the moment. My art skills are pretty bad, which is why I've used the icons. But hopefully it will give a bit of an indication of the money I've earned for the year and how I've earned that money. So we'll just quickly go through the icons. I think I might have gone through them in the previous video. So up the top there, we've got how much I earned last week, which was 45.63. I've put US dollars in there mainly because the US is potentially going to be a bigger audience for the channel, and also US dollars is pretty well recognized worldwide as, you know, if you're looking to standardize the currency, I guess everyone sort of understands what a US dollar is worth and can relate it to their regional or their country's dollar. So yes, so basically we earned 45.63 Australian dollars, which is about $28.23 US. Alright, so going through the different methods of earnings, which I have gone through, but we'll go, so from the top going down. The first one is going to be food delivery services, so Uber Eats, Menulog, whatnot. The second one going down, which should look like little candlesticks, is money that I am making doing crypto spot trading. Now, if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it too much. Spot trading, day trading it was, it's traditionally to do with the share market. Obviously, you can do it with crypto or anything else that's traded. So it's commodities, gold, silver, all those sorts of things, as well as traditional stocks and as well as crypto. Now, crypto trading, we'll get into it further in the future. For those that may not be familiar with it, crypto, there's some good videos out there. I will talk about one in another episode, which basically likens crypto to being a Ponzi scheme. And to be honest, I pretty much agree. Now, spot trading. So we're spot trading, and we're also spot trading a Ponzi scheme. It's completely legal. Earnings you make in Australia are taxed on it. So if we end up with $1,000 at the end of the year, I will be taxed on it. I'm not sure about taxes in other countries. If you're going to do it, you do need to make sure that you're well aware of your tax obligations. Anyway, we'll go into that further in another episode. I've actually been doing a bit in the last, well, really more today, and I've actually had some good results. So I'll put those in on Sunday's summary. I don't want to put up results, for this week until the week I deem the week is over, which is about 5 o'clock on a Sunday night. So look out for that video in a couple of days' time. The third one down is a little cola can. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about that in this episode. So that is recycling of cans. I did mention that in a previous video. Here in Australia, in most states, if we return cans, we get 10 cents. The fourth one down is the Bitcoin. Now, it's actually crypto, and it's actually crypto that's earned through apps on my mobile phone or using an emulator like BlueStacks. So it's really just to track how much these little apps can give us in a year. It's not going to be a great amount, but I thought we'll put it in there anyway. Fifth one down is a little Keno man. He's a little guy drawing Keno balls. I have spoken about this in the last episode. It's gambling. I do it for a bit of fun. It's not going to make up a big portion of my yearly earnings. It could, but I doubt it. I do it for a bit of fun, and as I have previously mentioned, be careful with gambling. If you've got a problem, don't get back into it. Even if I do okay, it's very easy to lose a lot of money very quickly if you've got a problem. Last one at the bottom is online surveys. Now, I just did another one tonight. The previous earnings weren't great, but I had a survey through another company that I'd set up, and it seems to be better. So, but yeah, we'll go through the earnings on that on Sunday night. All right. So, just to not make this video too long, we'll just talk about two topics quickly. So, the first one, if I can get my hand the right way, is the recycling. So hopefully that applies in your area. If it does, I think you're silly not to recycle your own cans and bottles. Now, what I'm counting in my total here is not my own cans and bottles and plastic bottles. This is purely just going to be if I'm walking along or I'm working or whatever, and I see an empty can or empty bottle, and I'll just pick it up, chuck it in the work vehicle, and when I do my normal recycling, well, we'll just add that to the total. So just to give you an idea, at the moment, I picked up a few cans earlier in the week, but Wednesday I think it was, I was in a parking lot doing a delivery, and someone left all their rubbish on in the parking lot. Now I picked up um, 6 plastic recyclable bottles, recyclable cans and bottles. So that's it's sort of a no-brainer. Maybe there's a stigma involved with, oh no, someone saw me picking up rubbish. I mean, to start with, you're cleaning up, and that was the whole point with the recycling scheme here in Australia, is that people wouldn't throw their trash on the ground, um, but people still do it, and obviously there's people like myself. There's plenty of I see plenty of people walking around, and they're not necessarily homeless people. Um, you know, they'll collect them and take them. I mean, the good thing with recycling, so if I say I pick up 1,000 during the year, I mean that's a stretch. That's $100. That is $100 in your pocket. There is no tax to be paid on that, and unless you're operating a business as a recycling, as a recycling business, it's basically just extra income. You don't declare it to the taxation department. You don't need to declare it to the taxation department. If you're in doubt, check with your accountant. I'm pretty sure they will tell you the same. So essentially, here in Australia, if you're on on the median income, which I think is about $48,000 a year, you end up paying. Top of my head will say it's 25 cents in the dollar. It's a bit different to that, but essentially that means every dollar you earn in your job, the government takes 25 cents. If you recycle 10 cans, they're not taking 25 cents. You get to keep the whole dollar. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is it's tax-free money, and it's really no skin off my nose to pick them up. I'll take them. I'm not I'm not diving into bins to get them. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But with the work I do, I mean, I'm not cooking food or anything like that, but I don't really want to stick my hands in bins and those sorts of things. Leads to dirty hands. You got to wash your hands all the time, that sort of thing, germs and whatnot. The ones you see lying around, I don't really care. I wash my hands before I eat and whatnot. So yeah. Anyway, so that'll we'll just leave that now for the portion about the cans. Now the second thing, and I've already spoken about it a little bit, is the day trading or spot trading with crypto. I'll show you some of my results. Now I was a bit yes or no, should I show this? Couple of reasons. I mean, I do consider this. I do consider it a form of gambling. You can, if you know anything about crypto, you can make a lot of money, and there are some millionaires, multi-millionaires that made money through Bitcoin, early adopters and those sorts of things. You can also lose a lot of money with it as well. Now the second reason why I didn't really want to, I was umming and ahhing about doing it, to show you the amount of return I'm getting, I'm going to have to show you how much money I've got in my trading account. Now, it's not a massive amount of money. If it gets up to either way, if I keep showing the totals, you'll have an idea of how much I've got in there. I don't know that that's going to. I don't think there's going to be enough in there to necessarily make me a target as such. At the end of the day, it's in my trading account, and if it's not there, it's going to be in my bank account. And I don't carry cash around, so even if I had $500,000 in the crypto and I sold it all, you're not going to find me walking around with $5,000 in my pocket. So, it's just it's more of a privacy thing, I guess. But as I said, end of the day, any earnings I make, I'm going to report them to the taxation department. The taxation department here in Australia is all over crypto anyway. So there's no hiding. There's no hiding money from them. Do it at your own peril if you do try to hide money from them. You do the wrong thing. I'm not sure. From what I've heard of the IRS in the USA, they're pretty bad. They'll lock you up if you do the wrong thing. Australia's probably not as bad for jail time unless it's really serious. But if you try to pull a fast one with them, they will fine you, and the fines are big. And you know, taxation. Speaking from an Australian standpoint, not worth messing around with it. Just declare what you earn. Get a good accountant, and they will help you not pay any more tax than you need to, because you really don't want to pay any more tax than you have to. The Australian people will be well aware of a media magnate, Kerry Packer. He's no longer with us. He had some very good views on tax and how much tax you should be paying. He's no longer with us. Look him up on YouTube. I might put a link in, or I'll show it at some stage. He's actually quite amusing, but he's completely right. In essence, he said, does he pay tax? Yes, he does. Does he minimise his tax? He essentially said, you bet I minimise my tax, because from what I can see, the way you're spending it, you're not doing a very good job. So essentially, he was just saying, don't give more money than you have to the government, because they pretty much waste it. Everyone knows that. I don't know. I'm sure it's the same in the States. I'm sure it's the same in almost all countries. Give governments, a little bit of power, and they'll take it a mile. So anyway, this video has gone way longer than I expected it to. So hopefully I'm getting a bit better on camera. Hopefully the stream's starting to look a bit better. A lot of things to work on. Anyway, hopefully, I might spread the word. Try and get a few friends and family and Facebook friends looking at it, and hopefully hopefully get some feedback, and all good. So yes, enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Thoughts are with the people in California at the moment. Shocking fires. We know all about wildfires here in Australia, or bushfires as we call them. Terrible thing that's going on. So all the best if you're in that neck of the woods. Look after yourself, and just remember it's not worth your life. Get out. Things can be replaced. You might have to start over. It's not worth dying over possessions. Alright, I'll leave it at that. Have a nice night, and I will possibly put another video up tomorrow, going through some of the crypto earnings, and then Sunday night we'll show some results for the week. It's gonna be a pretty decent week by the time I do a little bit more work. Alright. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave some comments, and we'll see you soon. Have a good night.